I am Daniel Blausey. I am an art therapist, artist, and steering committee member for MESA. In addition, I also teach at Naropa University part-time.
How did you first learn about MESA and the work we do?
When I moved to Boulder in 2011, I was on the board for Male Survivor, and we were working together to do a film screening here. And so I was reaching out to all the local agencies that would be appropriate to work with, and I reached out to MESA, and Laura had a wonderful response, and I really liked her energy and just her way of being and working with clients and just what you guys do at MESA.
Do you have a personal connection to this work that you feel comfortable sharing?
I think most people come from some sort of trauma in their background, and I'm no exception to that. And it just really fueled my art and my work that I do as a professional.
You've worked with Male Survivor in the past. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. I was on the board for a couple years, and then they have an international conference that they do every 2 years or so, and I was involved with that planning. And I really liked that work, but it felt great, but it felt a little removed. Once I moved here, I felt it would be a really good way to get more settled in Boulder by working more locally, and that's why I made that transition from working for like a national, international to more of a local reach to make more of a local impact.
What has been your most positive experience working with MESA so far?
In addition to actually working with the other steering committee members, it's going out into the community and talking about the work that MESA does, and that's really powerful, especially if someone has not heard of MESA. It's great to explain it to them and all the great work that MESA does, but then when you mention MESA and someone's eyes just light up, and they've heard of it and the great work, and of course we want to support them.
Cool. What do you think for those people who don't know about MESA already? What do you usually tell them?
One of the things I always direct them to the website, because there are so many new offerings and great things that are happening. I can't remember them all. So basically, it's here, it's more than a rape crisis center, and that it is for Broomfield and Boulder County, it is for men and women, and just to reach out, and they do a lot of great work.
What do you think the community should know about sexual assault in general?
For one thing, that it exists. And it exists at all ages, whether it is a child or a college student or the elderly. It happens at all ages. It happens in Boulder, it happens in Broomfield, and it's here, and it's something that we need to deal with. And if we're in denial, then the victims go into denial, and then they don't get the services they need. And one thing that I'm always strong to work against are the myths that are out there about sexual assault. And so combating them is the first step.
And I guess I'm interested in how you use art therapy to work with trauma.
So much of trauma can be experienced in nonverbal ways. It makes sense that one of the ways that we could heal it is with nonverbal ways. So a lot of times we don't have words for what happened to us as survivors. We don't have words of what we witnessed or just what we've experienced. And a lot of times it doesn't come back to us necessarily in words. It comes back in flashbacks, it can come back through art, it can be through writing, but just in really nonverbal ways. Really, art is another language. It's a way for someone to share their pain that might be too difficult through words, or even just to be in the same room with someone and to speak it out loud, or even to share it with themselves. And what's really great about art therapy, it's not about being a great artist. It's just being able to have the space, the freedom, and the support to express yourself with the art materials.
And is there anything else that you'd like to add or that we haven't covered?
The main thing is to remember to support survivors and to believe them. And it's not your place to judge whether something happened or not. And a lot of times as a therapist, we work with clients who don't know for sure what happened, and it's okay not to know if it happened for sure, and you would still get help, you can still heal, and kind of figure out those things as you go on. And for many survivors, there won't be concrete answers of exactly what happened, but you can still heal from those events.